Welcome to AI Predicts. In this video, I've put the three leading AI models in the world, Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini, all against each other and asked them to predict the upcoming Champions League games for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then when all the games have been played, we'll find out which model was most accurate and reliable. We've also put a real-life accumulator bet on for each day based on the AI predictions, and if you comment on this video before the games have been played, you're in with a chance of winning a share of that bet. If it does indeed come in. Just quickly before we get into the predictions, if I could just ask you to subscribe to the channel and like the video, I'd really appreciate that. It means a lot to a small channel like me, and it really would go a long way. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's kick off with Tuesday's games. You'll see the graphic on screen here for all of the predictions. So we'll run through those, and as we go through them, I'll tell you what we're going to put on the accumulator bet. So we'll start with Kyra Almaty versus Olympiacos. Grok and ChatGPT are predicting a 2-1 Olympiacos win, and Gemini's predicting a 1-1 draw. So last week we went for a bit of an ambitious accumulator and we didn't really get close. So I think there's no point really just doing wild bets that aren't ever going to come in. I think it was like £250,000 off a quid. So there's not really much point doing that. We want to actually try and get in with a chance of winning some money here. So we're not going to go for like scores if we can help it. I think if we have like all three models aligned with the score, then maybe we'll put it on there. But for this one, I've decided to go with just both teams to score on this one. I think Kyra Almaty or Olympiacos could win this, so I want to stay away from a results bet. So there's that one. Both teams to score, yes. Next up, we've got Bayern Munich versus Sporting. Now, Grok and Gemini are both predicting a 3-1 Bayern win, and ChatGPT predicting a 3-0 Bayern Munich win. So what we've gone for here is Bayern Munich to win and the gap to be 2 to 4 goals. So that is 11 to 10. So we'll stick that on the accumulator as well. Next up, we have Atalanta versus Chelsea, and all three models are predicting a 2-1 Chelsea win. Now, I said that we would probably do a score for this one, but I'm not utterly convinced that that will be the score. So what I've done there is I've put both teams to score on that one. I think Atalanta or Chelsea could win this. Atalanta are at home. If Chelsea were at home, maybe I'd have a bit more confidence to put that 2-1 score in, or maybe just like a win or something. But I think we'll play it sort of safe for now and put both teams to score on that one. So moving on, we have Barcelona versus Eintracht Frankfurt, and Grok and Gemini are agreeing again, and that's on a 3-0 Barcelona win. And ChatGPT is predicting a 3-1 Barcelona win. So what we're going to go for there is just a straight up Barcelona win. I think they will win, but Eintracht Frankfurt aren't mugs. You know, I think they'll probably score a goal and make it a little bit difficult for Barcelona. So yeah, just a Barcelona win there. Next up, we've got Inter Milan versus Liverpool. Interesting one. We've got here Grok and ChatGPT are predicting a 2-1 Inter Milan win, but Gemini's predicting a 3-1 Liverpool win. Now, Liverpool have been in really bad form lately. Inter Milan are at home, but it's, you know, Liverpool is still Liverpool. They've still got their incredible players. They spent so much money, and those players didn't cost that amount for no reason. They haven't hit form. Something's going on in the dressing room. I don't know what it is, but they are still the current defending champions of the Premier League. So we have to take them seriously. They're not going to lose forever. So what I've put on this one is double chance, and that is Inter Milan or a draw. So I think we're in with a good shout of getting that, really. So moving on, just briefly here, we've got Monaco versus Galatasaray. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to see on my screen sometimes. Okay, so Grok and Gemini agreeing again, and that is on a 2-2 draw, but ChatGPT thinks Monaco will win that 2-1. So on our bet, we have gone for both teams to score. I think that's fair. I think both teams are very evenly matched, so I wouldn't like to go either way. Trying to be a bit more sensible in this one, like I said earlier in the video. So yeah, just both teams to score on that one. Next up, we've got PSV Eindhoven versus Atletico Madrid. Grok is predicting a 2-1 PSV win, quite surprisingly there actually, in my opinion anyway. Then we've got ChatGPT predicting a 2-1 Atletico win, and Gemini's predicting a 1-0 Atletico win. So bit surprising there from Grok predicting a PSV win. I think they're like, you know, really quite significant betting underdogs. So, but I mean, there may be something in the data there. They are at home. They got a good result against Liverpool recently, although, like we said, they're in really bad form. But still, I think it was like 4-1 in the end. 4-1 against Liverpool. That's impressive, even in their bad form. So what I've gone for here I've gone for a double chance, but a win either way. So if PSV or Atletico win, we get our money for that. But if there's a draw, we're out of luck. I think that's a decent chance though. If you were to ask me personally, I would say Atletico will win this. So at least we've got that basis covered. Next up, we've got Tottenham versus Slavia Praha. Grok and Gemini agreeing once again, and that is on a 2-0 Tottenham win. ChatGPT is predicting a 3-0 Tottenham win. Slightly more ambitious there. So we're going to go with the AI here. And what we've predicted is a Tottenham win and the goal range to be between 2 and 4 goals. So a pretty big win for Tottenham. We're putting that on. And finally, the last game of Tuesday's fixtures is Union Saint-Gilloise versus Marseille. ChatGPT and Gemini are agreeing this time, and that's on a 2-1 Marseille win. And Grok is slightly more ambitious and predicting a 3-1 Marseille win. So what we're going to do there is put on a Marseille win and both teams to score. So that is the result for Tuesdays. I'll flash up the actual screenshots of the bets once we've gone through Wednesdays afterwards. So that'll be a section after the actual predictions. Okay, moving on to Wednesday's game. So let's kick off with Karabag versus Ajax. Grok's predicting a 1-1 draw. ChatGPT is predicting a 2-0 Ajax win. Just had to make sure that was right. And Gemini is predicting a 2-1 Ajax win. So on the bet there, we have gone for double chance. So we're going with basically all the AI predictions amalgamated into one bet, which is double chance for Ajax or a draw, which I'm pretty confident of. I don't think Karabag are quite a strong enough team to get past Ajax. I mean, could be wrong. There's been some crazy results in the Champions League so far this campaign, but you've got to go with the probability, the numbers and all that, haven't you, when you're betting, really? Okay, so next up, we've got Villarreal versus Copenhagen. Grok and ChatGPT are in agreement here, and that is for a 2-1 Villarreal win. Gemini almost the same, predicting a 2-0 Villarreal win. So what we're going to go for there is just a straight up Villarreal win, because I'm convinced of that as well. Villarreal are at home also. I think that makes the most sense. Next up, we've got Athletic Club Bilbao versus Paris Saint-Germain. ChatGPT and Gemini predicting the same thing here. That's a 3-1 PSG win, and Grok's predicting a 2-1 PSG win. So on the bet here, we are going to go for a PSG win and both teams to score. I think PSG are really, really good going forward, and obviously they're really good in attack, but Bilbao do have great forward players that can unlock that PSG defence, and I think score at least one goal. But PSG are so strong. They're the current defending champions of Europe. We've got to go with a PSG win there, no matter who they're playing, really. I mean, apart from a couple of teams, probably. Okay, moving on. We've got PSG plus both teams to score. I did say that. Okay, yeah, moving on. We've got Bayer Leverkusen versus Newcastle. And Grok is predicting a 3-2 Bayer Leverkusen win. Big result there. ChatGPT is predicting a 2-1 Bayer Leverkusen win, and Gemini is predicting a 2-2 draw. So a couple of different outcomes we've got there. So on the bet, we are just going to go for over 2.5 goals in the game. So, don't really want to... That's another one that could go either way. Bayer Leverkusen and Newcastle are very similar in quality. This game could throw up a ton of results, but I do think there will be goals in this game for sure. So, yeah, over 2.5 goals seems pretty sensible there. The next game is Benfica versus Napoli. Grok is predicting a 2-1 Benfica win. ChatGPT is predicting a 1-1 draw. And Gemini is predicting a 2-1 Napoli win. So all eventualities covered there in terms of result, at least. So what we're going to go for there is the common trend throughout all the predictions, the only one really, which is both teams to score. So that's going on the bet for that game. Let's move on to the other half. Sorry, I'm just switching between screens here. Okay, so we've got Borussia Dortmund versus Bodo Glimt. ChatGPT and Gemini are in agreement, and that is on predicting a 3-0 Borussia Dortmund win. And Grok is predicting a 2-0 Dortmund win. So what we're going to go for there is a Dortmund win and the goal range to be between 2 and 4. So a big win for Dortmund there on the bet. Moving on, we've got Club Brugge versus Arsenal. ChatGPT and Gemini are predicting the same, and that's a 2-0 Arsenal win. And Grok is predicting a 2-1 Arsenal win. So we're just going to go for a straight-up Arsenal win there. They are away, but they are a much stronger team than Club Brugge. They should be able to get this win with relative ease, I would say. Now onto the penultimate game, we've got Juventus versus Paphos FC. Grok and ChatGPT predicting the same. That is a 3-0 Juventus win, and Gemini just one goal out again. All the models are predicting very similar stuff here for these Wednesday games. So Gemini's predicting a 3-1 Juventus win. So we're going to go for the same what we did with the Dortmund Bodo Glimt game. So we're going for a Juventus win and the goal range to be between 2 and 4 goals. So a big Juventus win there on the cards is what we're saying. Now, for the last game, we've got Grok predicting a 2-2 draw. This is Real Madrid versus Man City, by the way. ChatGPT predicting a 2-1 Real Madrid win. And Gemini predicting a 3-2 Man City win. Now, I'm not sure if you saw on the channel, I did put up a poll. I wanted to include you guys in this video, in the bet, so you've got some sort of control over it. I'll be doing this going forward as well, just for like the big games. I'll do like a poll, and whatever we vote for as a community, we're going to put that on the bet. So the result for that poll was a Man City win. So that is what we've put on, just a straight up Man City win. Nothing more elaborate than that. So a little bit of engagement for you guys so you can get involved, and like I said, we'll be doing this going forward. So it'd be nice if you got involved and put a vote down. I'd really appreciate that. So there's the Wednesday's set of predictions, and we'll move on to the actual screenshots of the bet so we can see exactly what's going on there, what we've got at stake, and what we gain to win. Okay, so we'll have a brief run through on the details of the bets, and we'll start off with the Tuesday bet. So you can see here on screen, we've got a stake of £1. We're just going to do that. Maybe we can improve that if the channel starts making some money. We can get some big bets on and win some really big prizes in the future. It's to return 155 quid. So it's not that much this time, but there's a much higher chance we will actually win that. So like I said, if you comment on this video before the games are done, you'll win a share of that with me. How that works basically, just to let you know, is if there's just like one person comment on, say it's you watching this right now, and that's it, and the bet comes in, then me and you will split that in half down the middle. If a third person comes in, we'll get a third each, etc. So yeah, I'm not sure if the best way to do it, but I'm just thinking if I can get your details on your comment, and then if you are comfortable, of course, sharing your bank details, I'll just shoot the money over to you. If you are aware of a better way to do that, by the way, I'd appreciate some advice, and let me know in the comments. Yeah, so briefly, we've got Kairat Almaty, Olympiacos, both teams to score. That's at 10-11. Bayern Munich to have a big win. Both teams to score in the Atalanta-Chelsea game. Barcelona to win against Eintracht Frankfurt. Inter Milan to win or draw against Liverpool. They're at home, so that's a decent chance of that happening. Monaco and Galatasaray both to score. PSV or Atletico to win, so we don't want to draw in that game, really. Tottenham to win by 2 to 4 goals, and Marseille to beat Union Saint-Gilloise, but both teams to score. So yeah, like I said, that's not bad odds there, really. £1 to return 155. It's not great, but the Wednesday bet is a little bit more lucrative, so we'll move on to that now. Right, here is the Wednesday bet. So we've got Ajax to win or draw against Karabag. I think that one's pretty safe. Villarreal to win their game, just a straight up win. PSG to beat Atletico, but both teams to score. That's at 12-5, which I think that's not too bad odds at all. Over 2.5 goals in the Bayer Leverkusen Newcastle game. Both teams to score in the Benfica Napoli game. Borussia Dortmund to win by 2 to 4 goals. I think that's a bit of a cert there. Dortmund being at home as well. Arsenal to win their game against Club Brugge 1-3. Not the best odds, but there's a good chance of that happening. I think that's probably one of the safer bets we've got on this accumulator, actually. Juventus to win by 2 to 4 goals, and Man City just to beat Real Madrid. For a stake of £1, that will return £422.47. So it's a bit better than the previous one. I'm trying to find a balance here of like good winnings, but also like likelihood of it actually happening, because like I said last week, we had a £1 bet that returned something over £200,000. Obviously we got nowhere near that. We want to actually try and win some money, so that's the objective here. I think eventually we'll find a nice balance between good money and good odds as well. And just before we wrap up, I always like to do this. On screen right now, you've got the screenshots from the actual AI models themselves. So it's not just me saying this. You can actually see that they've said that they've actually made these predictions. The reason I don't include the prompt is because there isn't sort of one prompt. It's more of like a multi-layered approach. So I'll quickly spin through that now if you're interested. If not, you can always click off, and thank you very much for watching. So what I do is I ask the models to predict the upcoming, for this example, Champions League games. and then to use current form, live data, previous stats, recent results, form, where they are in the league table, that kind of thing, recent injuries. I'll then ask them to consider anomalies and underdogs, and if a particular fixture throws up anomalous stats, or one team tends to have the other team's number or anything like that, I'll ask them then to cross-reference that with the analytical side of things, and then basically, all things considered, choose the most likely outcome. So that is the prompt. And that is basically the video. I just want to quickly say, if you watched up to this point, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to a small channel like me, as I said in the intro. So get those comments in, by the way, so you've got a chance of winning that money. We can win some money together. Let's make it happen. But in any event, just thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.